Okay, class, just reviewing another assignment here. So continuing on with speed and velocity, we don't always just solve for the speed. Sometimes maybe we want to solve for some of the other variables as well. And that's what this worksheet will focus on, is a little bit of practice of solving for some of the other variables. Now, I do have it broken down where there's some that are solving for speed, then we get a couple where we're solving for the time, and then we'll have a couple where we're solving for the distance. And I'll go over an example of each one. I do have on the sheets, you guys can use this at any point, is here is the different versions of the equation. I'm not asking you to rearrange algebraically and solving them. Basically, if you're solving for S, pick the version that has S by itself, which is distance divided by time. If we're going to solve for the time, use the one that has time by itself and use distance divided by speed. And if we're solving for distance, distance is equal to speed times the time. Again, just whatever we happen to be solving for, that's what we need to have by itself. So if I take a look here at question number 1. Question number 1 says the car travels for 400 meters. Meters is a measurement of distance. It takes 20 seconds. Seconds measures a time. How fast is it going? How fast asks for a speed. If I'm solving for speed, I want to use the one that has S by itself, which is just S equals D divided by T, which is equal to 400 meters divided by 20 seconds, and then that's going to give me 20 meters per second. And that's what I'd like you guys to write in on the form, is the answer of 20 meters per second. And that is what S equals. I wasn't looking for us to have us do the form version. As the form version, we just have to make sure that with the units, it's very picky on how it actually likes those to be accepted. If we take a look here at question number 2, we're going to scroll down. That's examples for solving for speed. If we're going to solve for time, well, how do we do that one? We take distance, we divide by the speed. As I read the question, how much time? They're asking me this. Will it take for a bug to travel 5 meters? 5 meters is a measurement of distance. It's traveling at 1 m/s. If you see m/s, kilometer/hour, something where it's slashed, a length divided by a time unit, that is our speed, 1 meter per second. When I'm solving for time, I want to have time by itself. So I just pick that version. Again, this is all just the same equation, rearranged for a different variable. T equals D divided by S. So I'm going to take 5 meters. I'm dividing by 1 meter per second. Whatever the time units are in my speed, that's going to be my time units at the end for my answer. 5 divided by 1 is 5. And I'm going to have seconds as my unit. So over on the form, or I'm sorry, not the form, I'm just so used to calling it that, but time is equal to 5 seconds. And that's solving for time. Let's do an example of number 9. Number 9 is solving for the distance. Distance will typically ask you how far can you go? How far will something be? That's solving for D. M/S, hey, there's something that's a length / a time. That is our speed or rate, 3 meters per second. And it's taking a total of 15 seconds. Distance equals speed times time. That's right up here at the top. Distance equals the speed, 3 meters per second, times 15 seconds. 3 times 15 is 45. Whatever our length units are right here, That's our units for our answer, where D equals 45 meters. And then that's what I'm going to type in here. As you come down, number 14, this can be extra credit if you end up with the correct answer. And that's it for solving for S, distance divided by time. If I'm solving for time, is distance divided by speed. If I'm solving for distance, I am taking the speed and multiplying by the time. You can also, if you're not sure about like with the equations, I did mention about the triangle. As you have S, D, T. If I'm solving for the distance, distance is ST beside each other. If I'm solving for the speed, it's distance over time. If I'm solving for time, it's distance over speed. That's a way that you can go through if you want to try to remember. I don't ask you to. I'll provide you guys with the equations, but that's there if you want as a reference. Okay, good luck on your assignment.